Keith Snyderman here from Reality Based Fitness. What I'm going to show in this video are some of the constructive rest positions that you can do rather than just sitting when you're trying to get some rest or sort of take a break from the day. So one of the best things that you can do in a supine position, I'm going to show you some options, is just to start with what's called Savasana in yoga, which means corpse pose. So by just laying on your back, spread your legs a little bit, let your legs relax, let your arms be up and relaxed. You can sort of take an inventory of your body contact with the surface. So for instance, if I focus on my head and then my shoulders, my thoracic spine, my lumbar spine, I'm trying to get an idea of sort of what's off the ground and what's touching the ground. Then I can go to my glutes, my legs, and even my arms, and this is just sort of a nice idea of kind of where you're at in terms of your sort of overall muscle tension when you're in a supine position. And I could stay here and I could rest if I felt like I was pretty comfortable. If I wasn't very comfortable and I had access to a foam roller, I would go into what I call the postural reset, where I'm going to put my sacrum all the way to my head on the roller with my knees bent comfortably apart so I feel stable, and I can hang out here for a little bit. I could do some diaphragmatic breathing here, focusing on breathing into the belly as well as breathing laterally into the ribs. That's a form of breathing people who even do the diaphragmatic breathing don't really do a lot, is this bucket handle motion. And once I'm in this position, I could just focus on doing some easy sort of side-to-side motions like this, trying to keep everything facing up. And this is giving me a little self-massage into all my back and rib muscles, as well as the back of my head and even some of the sacral tissues and all the ligaments on there. From here I could go into a little, what I call climb the rope, where I'm reaching up as if I'm reaching for a rope. Maybe about 10 to 12 of these, trying to make sure I keep my head down and I'm really mobilizing into my scapula, into those rib areas underneath the shoulder blade. Then I could do some overhead motions like this. Even just 2 to 3 minutes of laying on this and doing these motions like this, if I return back to the ground into this corpse pose or savasana, usually what you'll find is you'll feel that you're quite a bit closer, and I sense that even just from doing that. My lumbar is closer, I don't have as much arch, I feel like my shoulders are more down, and I actually feel like even my butt is contacting a little bit better. Okay, so from there, if I still felt like there was some tension in my upper back, I could get the roller and I could roll this way, trying to focus more on the thoracic area. I could even come here and I could do some gentle extensions, making sure not to hyperextend my neck, like this. Okay, I could hit about 2 or 3 different spots, usually starting underneath the scapula and then slowly moving up until I get right below that cervical thoracic area. It's not going to move much in that position. Okay, and then from there, if I were to go back to Savasana, again, I might even feel some more sort of a relaxation in those tissues. And then just resting here for 3 to 5 minutes or even longer, really focusing on breathing and being very relaxing, very therapeutic type of resting position rather than just sitting in a chair.